Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently basically at peace. Not entirely at peace, but basically at peace. We need this pop to migrate here. There's really not much else to do on this world unless we wanted to, make a few optimizations like these hydroponics farms. Could be swapped out for something a little bit more upgradable, but for right now, I think it's okay as it is. We're at 181 food positive. We could probably do something with that, but I'm going to leave that be for the moment since it can migrate elsewhere. That'll be just fine. Now we are making our way down over to Ishtari, which is the last location where the Kennet fanatics have anything at all. So we're going to head down here, and the question is...
Spaceport under attack.
Pirates in the Banus system? Well, isn't that rude? That's really rude. We're going to take the 22nd Fleet, actually the 3rd Fleet, and they're going to go deal with those pirates. Cool. That should be fine. So we're on our way down here. We're going to be able to jump drive fairly soon. I think we're going to have to jump at least twice more. And I was looking at the strength of these armies here. They're not particularly strong, but I would like to look at, okay, 435, 897, 475. So those are not particularly strong either. So that's good. Once we come down to Kuma, will we be in range to jump drive to Ishtari? I don't think so. I think we'll slightly be off. And we're just running our exotic gas for fuel, correct? Correct. I'm going to back off on that. I don't think it's strictly necessary. Should be fine. Should be completely okay. Yeah, not quite in range. So I don't think we're going to jump drive there at all.
Mining station lost.
Yeah, losing a mining station up here is to be expected, to be honest. We're going to bring in our construction ship over to Pakshalika for now, and that'll be fine. So eventually we're going to need to bring these guys into the Federation, right? We've got the Dorbalan and the Kalaktora. They're the only ones that are not in the Federation. Interesting. I guess the Udkavango Consortium are under the Kalaktora. So if we bring the Kalaktora into the Federation, they would probably... Yeah, lots of people vote no. We may be able to declare war on them, hypothetically.
Station.
Who all would vote for this? I'm not sure. That's definitely an interesting question. I'd be more likely to go after the Dorbalan for right now. And we could only go after them. We could only go after them with... Hang on. We don't have a subjugation CB. We might get one once we build up all of our fleets again. I think we'll come back to that. We do need to get them into the Federation in some way, whether they be annexed into our empire or whether they peacefully join. Either would be fine. But that is what we need to be working on once we eliminate the Kennet fanatics, for sure. And we'll see if the Federation falls apart after that or not. I kind of doubt it. But yeah, there are these 4 empires here. And then there's the Hadam progenitors. For the moment, we're not too interested in them. So that'll be fine. We are now arriving here with our army. That's fantastic. And we're going to land on Jurg Feedum. Cool. We have a general here. Yes, we do. And we're going to wipe out the Kennet once and for all here. So that'll be great. We are, of course, continuing to reinforce our fleets. Let's check in on the price of alloys right now.
Deploying Liberation Forces.
It's not too bad. I'm going to buy in 2,500, but that's it for the moment. And then we will spend that on our fleets, of course. Cool. So this refinery world here is going to really need an industrial district more than anything else. That looks absolutely fine. We've got tons of housing here. So yeah, that should be absolutely great. No problem whatsoever there. What else do we have here? Chameleon field exposed, huh? An ancient tomb site. Up over here, in Epsilon Eridani. Let's go excavate that. Fascinating. We're getting more Kennet refugees, and that's always great. We will put them to work in our research labs, if we can. We've also got this world here that still requires some worker unemployment. We're also pretty negative on our amenities here. I'm thinking about swapping this mining district over for a city district. I think that'll be a decent way to go. Cool. That'll also get us a building slot, which will be absolutely great. So we're going to head down to Ishtari here. And this looks fine. No problem whatsoever here. Beautiful. This is still alternating between surveyed and unsurveyed, which is weird.
Colony conquered.
Maybe now it won't, because we hold this, at least for the moment. It will revert away from us, but... Okay, and that is held by the Ishni. So, I want to take a look here. 1166 and 846. So we should definitely land on Jurg Pabdun and bring in our fleets. The 5th fleet here is going to start bombarding Ish. Yeah, we knew that we would lose administrative control there. And now it's back to alternating between surveyed and unsurveyed. Weird. This is maybe high enough that we don't actually want to land here right now. Okay. So we're going to bring in our fleets here. And we're going to do a little bit of bombardment. It should be fine. We're not really in the biggest of rushes to get this done. So I think it'll be okay.
Technology discovered.
So this fleet is going to come over here and bombard Ish. Cool. Next up, let's go ahead and grab energy weapon damage. That'll be fine. This isn't much of a fleet anymore. It's taking a bit of a beating, no doubt about that. And we've got the 4th and the 1st. They're both going to come down here and bombard Jurg Pabdun for the time being. And we can see here, they are, I think, working on increasing their... Okay, we lost an envoy there. We think that they're working on increasing their defenses here. Now, they can't on Ish. We just got some Rontor refugees. Cool. They're absolutely welcome. More pops is always better. So that's great. Cool. So this should be fine. Devastation here is currently 3%. And yeah, we're starting to work our way through that. So this is all looking great. I don't know why this is alternating between surveyed and unsurveyed, but sure. Is the system doing that? It is not. I'm guessing this is because this is not fully occupied, but it's a strange bug. No doubt about that. Very strange bug indeed. Well, we're going to come down and bombard here. And I'm not sure who the Federation fleet is going to follow. But they're arriving. 7% devastation. And are we on indiscriminate bombardment? We are. Cool. So we're going to start bombarding over here. And yeah, they did indeed add in at least one more defense army. I think they added in 2. So that's fully expected. We're just going to work on bringing those down with our bombardments. And this one's more locked in than anything. But that's okay. So we're going to leave that be for the moment. And we're just going to bombard for a while here. The 3rd Starfleet will return back to Sol. And in the meantime, we are, of course, going to continue to reinforce our fleets. We need to reinforce a lot more fleets. Although we're getting there. We're definitely getting there, but we're not there yet. So we've got 3 fleets at full strength. Or will be at full strength once everything gets there. Those Titans will take a while. And it looks to me like we can almost... Well, we could... Hang on. 19 months on this? Okay. I'm not going to make another fleet, because I was just like, we could probably get away with that. But then I was like, wait a second. Fleet command limit is going to come in, and that's going to give us another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that'll bring us up to 1183. It's not exactly at the cap, but it's pretty close. So that'll be fine for now. Let's go through our planets here and see what we've got going on. We still need this Forge world to have a migration. This Forge world is pretty maxed out. Did I build that? No, this is something that we captured. Okay, we can definitely get rid of the robot assembly plants. What would we want to replace that with? A Ministry of Production if it doesn't have one, but it does. So I'd like to get rid of both of these. We have alloy nanoplants. What we don't have here is civilian industries. We could definitely put in civilian industries, and then the Cyto Revitalization Center here. I would like another way to buff our production here. Unfortunately, there's not really a good way to do that. We'll just let this go for the time being. These are very job inefficient, but I guess it's okay. And ultimately, this Galactic Stock Exchange should certainly be replaced. That gives us how many jobs? 2? Okay. We could replace that for now with simply an exotic gas refinery. I don't love it, but it's a possibility. I don't love that at all. I think that's actually not a great choice, but our options are relatively limited there. They brought in a Colossus down here. Hang on a moment. This is so laggy. This is with the game paused, for the record. The frame rate that you see on screen, that's the frame rate the game is running at in this system. There are so many ships here. Here, rather. So what kind of Colossus is this? Neutron Sweep Colossus. Okay, it's a cleanser class. So they're probably going to cleanse the life off of one of these. But we'll see. We'll see what their plan is there. Okay, so we're going to finish up a few of these constructions. That's all well and good. What else do we have going on here? Well, not a whole lot is the answer. We basically need this to finish up. Can we see the game rules from here? I don't think so. Which is unfortunate. I would like to see when I set the endgame date to be. I'm pretty sure I set it to be 2500, which means that it might be a while before we have our endgame crisis. Not necessarily the greatest of things. Okay, we're going to pop back out over here. So the 4th Ravagers here are going to be cleaned up very shortly. This is actually bombarding quite quickly, and the reason for that, of course, is because of the sheer amount of ships in orbit. It's also hitting the assault armies here, which I didn't realize it did that in quite the same way. That's fascinating. My question is, are they actually planning to use their Colossus here? The answer is a definite maybe. Okay. So we should think about landing on here fairly soon. There's not that much left for armies, in all honesty. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to select our, if I can find it in this stack, I'm going to select our army. Oh, I think I saw it there briefly. Yes. There's the army. And now if we can see the actual planet, this is it here. No, this is not it. Cannot land on an uninhabitable planet. Right. It's this habitat. So we're going to land on the habitat here. We're going to pop out until they're actually landed. Which will take a little while. And the lag should go down once this war is over, too. But we're going to take our fleets here, if we can find them in this list. Well, here's one of them. Where is the other? Who else is in this? Oh, it's down here. We can grab it like that. Cool. And then we're going to head over to Ish and bombard there. So we'll arrive there in just a couple of days and start our bombardment. And then we're going to pop back in here. Now, all of these guys should be leaving there and heading to bombard Ish. We should have no real problem taking out their Xeno armies. This should be very, very simple indeed. Apparently there's a new election underway. That's fine. Are we going to disengage this Xeno army? Kind of looking like no. Yeah, no disengage happened there. So we ended up losing one Xeno army, but this one is definitely going to die before it finishes off anything else. And that will get us Zhurg Pubdun, which will of course revert back out of our control. That's to be expected.
Colony conquered.
Okay. Now we're going to take these guys and enter orbit of Ish. Now that thing still has a lot of forces on it, so we're going to have to wait for a bit for that to tick its way down, which is fine. I'm not too upset about that. We've got the Chiblar station over here, which is not connected to our trade network. So we're going to go with Hell's Maw first. Hell's Maw is going to connect directly to Epsilon Eridani if we can. Maybe we... Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, now it's showing up. Weird. I think there was a visual bug there because of the archaeology site. That was wild. Okay, let's try that again. Hell's Maw connects to Epsilon Eridani. There we go. So that'll be fine. And then from there, we can connect Majek up to Hell's Maw. And then these guys... Chiblar could connect to Falmir, but Falmir really can't connect anywhere other than Hell's Maw. Well, it's got an awkward path. It can connect up, I suppose. The Hadrika station is where, though? Oh, yeah, this station. That should be easy to connect. That simply connects over to Cyban. Done. The Osmodin station should also be reasonably easy to connect. That just connect over to the Uzab Vortex. Okay. Terminal egress is not connected either. That's extremely easy to connect in. That connects to Epsilon Eridani. Cool. So there's all of that done. And we are, of course, currently bombarding Ish. We need to continue to reinforce our fleets. We need about another 60,000 for that. So that's fine. Coming in here just to look at Ish. Is it protected by a fortress? No, it is not. So I'm just wondering why we're doing so little damage here. The other one we were doing like 4% per day. Or actually like 3% per day. This is more like 0.8% per day. And these are defense armies rather than Xeno armies. So maybe it has to do... Maybe it has to do with assault versus garrison armies. That's a possibility. Defense armies might be better off here. At any rate, we will let that continue to tick down for the moment. I want to look through some of our... Oh, this bastion is not connected to our trade network either. How did I miss that? There we go. Now it is. I want to check through places like this anchorage. We could definitely build a resource silo here. No reason not to do that, in my opinion. There's this anchorage, same thing. Resource silo will go fine here. We've got this trade hub out over here. Now, this is a citadel. We did not upgrade it to citadel. What do we want this to have? Like a transit hub or a hyperlane registrar for more collection range? I suppose we could do that.
Technology
We've got this bastion down over here that we were working on, but we kind of abandoned. We could definitely work on finishing that out. That's definitely something we can do. So let's put in a communications jammer. We finished up a technology, and we'll grab minerals from jobs. That'll be fine. There's this bastion up over here. Okay, that's another one in that same category that we were working on, but we never actually finished. We got distracted by the war in heaven. Not a target uplink computer right now, but a communications jammer. There we go. Okay, I want to check here. What is that salvage works again? Okay, that's not going to be a thing. Sounds good. So we'll put in a hangar bay, a gun battery, upgrade this, and put in a communications jammer. Cool. So now we've got this one. Basically the same boat, except that it just needs a target uplink computer and a defense grid supercomputer. So that'll be fine. Our bastion out over here, it could use some rework. I don't like having pure gun batteries. This is something the AI does, but I do not. I like having more varied types of offensive modules here. Yes, this makes it more vulnerable to picket, but I don't think the AI really spams picket the way I do, so it's okay. I hope. We're going to put in a communications jammer here, and otherwise, is that good? That looks good. Fantastic. So we've got this tech world here, and we can definitely put in a research complex. There we go. We're going to reinforce our fleets. Our mandate was unfulfilled, sure. Apparently we died at the age of 148. But we're going to reinforce our fleets here. There we go. And let's check in on Ish. Prepare for lag. There's kind of a lot here. We're not quite at full devastation. We'll get there very, very soon. Okay, now we're at full devastation. And planetary armies are taking double damage from bombardment because devastation is above 75%. So that's good. Now we're going a little bit faster here. It's not that 3% faster. So I think that that is a lot to do with the attacks here. And I was misreading the way that this was looking in the last one. I was thinking that it was saying that there were 400 garrison units and 400 assault units. No, it was just saying that there are 400 assault units, but if we attacked, they would be garrison units. Was what it was saying here. We hit the defensive armies first, and there were no defensive armies on the previous location. So, understood. Understood what's going on here. Fantastic. So we're going to be through these defense armies fairly soon. We could definitely land if we wanted to. And honestly, I think maybe I do want to land here. What is the combat width going to be here? Can we actually see before we land? I'm not seeing in here anywhere what this combat width will be. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assault armies and 3 defense armies. So they'll almost certainly be wider than their combat width right now.
Complete.
So we probably do want to wait a little bit.
Log updated.
and it's going to be pretty similar amounts of strength.
Construction complete.
So I think we definitely should wait and finish that off in a bit. However, that will be a job for next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentwin, Jensgram, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.